Welcome, Scorpio. This is Regina from Pacific Tarot, and I have pulled for you for your new moon in Taurus general overview, the Six of Pentacles. This feels like an intense focus on all of your exchanges of energy, and by that I mean your relationships and your money, your resources, how you have agreements with others, how you enter into those agreements. And this looks as though this is an area where you're really working out the ability to choose in your own best interest, to claim what it is you desire at the outset, which can be an incredible growth skill or growth curve for those that have experienced some kind of trauma in their family of origin, where you perhaps were assigned to a role where your needs and wants were not solicited by others, and instead that your role was to attend to the needs and wants of others. So built into your inner core is this sense of not deserving or being worthy of the things that you desire, not being comfortable asking for what you want, afraid that asking for it will ensure that you don't receive it. And so I do feel that this is an issue of harmony, balance, and justice for you in your life. As you look at the effort you've made, the things that you have earned, and the sense of justice and what is right for you and what is right for others is uppermost in your sense of equity and justice in the world. This is a general reading, Scorpio, so it isn't going to resonate for all of you. If you're interested in a personal reading, information for that is in the description box below. Welcome to all of you. New and familiar with me, I appreciate the time that you're taking with me. So before we get started, I have pulled a Yogic Path Oracle card from the beautiful Yogic Path Sahara Rose deck, and I've pulled Ajna. And Ajna is the name of the third eye chakra. I'm going to read the reversed interpretation first, and then at the end of the reading, we'll read the upright. Have you been finding yourself in negative situations that you never saw coming? This is because your third eye is blocked. Your third eye is your intuitive self and is constantly guiding you in the direction of your Dharma. However, you have to know its language to listen. Before making a decision, tune into your body. What is it telling you? What is your intuitive hunch? What does your body say before your mind? Notice the physical cues. Do you feel heavy or expansive? Is it bringing forth fear or just nervousness of the unknown? What would you tell a friend in a situation? Before asking anyone for advice, tune into your body's wisdom to strengthen your third eye's vision. So I'm going to place it here and we'll consult it after your reading. And in your 10th house, the High Priestess shows how you're showing up in the world. Wow. It feels to me as though your intellect may be blocking the wisdom that you have already gained, not only in this life, but from successive life experiences. You're actually channeling some very deep ancestral wisdom, and your considerable intellect is binding you as you reflect on your experiences of the past. These experiences could be a result of lifetimes lived in the past, but you're processing all of it through your intellect. In some cases, it is the fuel for which you empower your practice, your profession, your creative acts, that this wisdom, the processing of this self-knowledge that you've gained from experiences is potentially moving into a vast well of wisdom. This wisdom that you are holding silently is because you are aware that many people around you are not ready for this wisdom, don't understand it, can't hear it, wouldn't understand you. And it feels as though in your practice, you use sacred space, privacy, strong boundaries to reel out that wisdom that you're appreciating. But processing experiences, even in the present moment of our current chaotic environment, our global dysfunction, the breaking up with and the breakdown of social institutions, is causing you a lot of anxiety. And the High Priestess gives you the tools. You've had the tools to be able to extract what is important from the information you're receiving, to see the bigger picture. In the first house, the Eight of Pentacles, you on the daily, your ritual includes discipline, work, focus on improving your practice, your professional activities, your skills as a way of improving yourself. You understand that developing yourself is in alignment with being prepared for the opportunities that you intuit are available in even this chaotic, ruined environment, catastrophic environment, that many opportunities are available while no one is looking or paying attention. And so you are preparing yourself to maximize those, to recognize those, to put work towards the development of those, for showing up for others in a way that helps them to improve their situation and circumstances. But this daily practice is a place where you can hold sacred space for yourself that helps you to see through the chaos, see through the crises, the tumult that is surrounding you. In the fourth house, the house of your home, your soul, your foundation, the Two of Cups, is beautiful. This is about the relationship you are building with yourself. And one of my favorite meditations involves the caduceus, the healing of the sacred snakes, encircling and empowering each and every one of your chakras. So this self-development, this extracting wisdoms from your vast experience is, in fact, a healing process. It's about shedding. And Scorpio, you know all about shedding. This release of creative, intuitive awareness into the universe is coming back to you through the relationship with yourself you've developed and all the relationships that you are forming as a result of this stronger bond with who you are. You're creating a soul family. You've been creating a soul family for quite some time, but each relationship within that community is teaching you something about yourself, is aligned with your vision of a world of abundance, a world where there is enough for everyone, a world where everyone is treated with equity, with respect, with love, with dignity. This is much of what wisdom you're holding within for yourself and shared in selected appropriate ways that reflect on and support your healing. In the 7th house of significant others, the Lovers, this is really reinforcing the idea that you've had quite a few journeys in this life in which you perhaps unwittingly chose others over yourself. And again, this may be a reflection of a childhood pattern where you were assigned a role to facilitate and provide for the needs and wants of others, not yourself. You've overcome that through your experiences, through the work you've done on yourself, for yourself, looking at patterns, the shame of breaking free from that environment, from that system of beliefs that held you in that space of subservience. And now you make choices based on what's best for you, what supports you, what values you, what aligns with you. And that's the basis of all relationships. Sharing the understanding that the work you do together, the work you support in and with each other, is for a broader purpose, for something larger than yourself. I'm going to pull a crystal oracle, and I pulled the chrysalis. And the key word here is power animal. My power animal supports, guides, and loves me throughout my life. And what I love about this card, which I don't pull very often, is I get to use my Flora and Fauna of Africa to get some information about who and what your power animal may be at this time. And I pulled the spotted hyena. And the key word is protection. Trust your intuition and instinct. Watch your surroundings and choose your words carefully. Word to the wise for you creatives out there. And just because I know it has meaning for someone, the beautiful flower that is coupled with this spotted hyena is the delphinium. I'm going to leave this here. And in the 1st house, the 8 of Pentacles is clarified by the 5 of Staffs. You're definitely working in community. You're working on a project. You're problem solving something. You're looking for solutions, for alternatives to, again, a chaotic situation. This is interesting, and it juxtaposes this sort of hidden wisdom that you are cultivating, not just on your own behalf, but a way to selectively channel the wisdom that you have. And this wisdom actually helps you to discipline the problems, the solutions, to hone in on what makes the most sense for you, what will have the most reasonable impact in the world, and how who you are is allowed to show up. This is about being in the fray, being in the debate on the day-to-day, your exchange, sometimes heated, even competition with others to give your best is a feature. You can be learning or teaching or organizing something for an organization or a particular humanitarian group. What is so spotlighted at this time is how each interaction builds partnership. And partnership is more than just with a single person, it can be with a group of people. And I do feel like part of your learning about partnership is through your interaction in and as a part of groups. So you may be mobilizing groups of people to take on a problem, to work at something, to organize something. It feels like a very activist stance on your part. And it's kind of a perfect foil to this need for sacred space within, to cultivate your own voice, to tell your own story. In the fourth house, the Two of Cups is clarified by the Warrior of Pentacles. This is the Knight of Pentacles, and this energy is about how you're using relationships, perhaps in your partnerships, how you're investing in yourself, investing in your stability, your security. That security feels very focused on your personal and spiritual growth, which underlies how important it is for you to tend to your body, to tend to your home, to sort your resources, to detoxify your environment as a way of simplifying your life and being clear about how you stay grounded in a healthy, wholesome body and environment, particularly your home. In the seventh house, the Lover's card is clarified by the Five of Jades. What a tremendous change this focus on choosing yourself is. There feels as though you have sacrificed yourself to the good of others over and over again, even when it wasn't, as it turned out, for their own good or for their good. You began to understand the limitations of your control of others, and that was a means of controlling yourself. Perhaps you were not aware of that dynamic, fear of what would happen if you showed up for yourself, fear of what loss you might experience if you stood up for yourself, defined yourself. Were less concerned with how others defined you or saw you or undervalued you. And this is describing a history of not being available, being defined, and actually not rebelling against that, because I have a feeling you've rebelled against that a lot. But that did little to dislodge the beliefs that you now have released, you surrender to. You're not trying to change the people that may have inadvertently blocked, resisted you, or defined you to your detriment. You are only concerned with your own beliefs of empowerment now. Your right, your deservedness of choosing what it is you want and pursuing that. Your right to do so. Perhaps in the past there was a sense that you had to rebel against those beliefs, but in many ways it only reified them. And so you're now surrendering to that loss, that hurt, those lessons you've learned, knowing you're not limited, you're not defined in that way. In fact, you're limitless. Now that you're choosing yourself, you are acknowledging your potential, your dreams, and you're in active pursuit of that. And from a place of joy, not from a place of hardship or lack. In the 10th house, the High Priestess is clarified by the Two of Jades. So we've got 2, 2, and 2. That may be significant to some of you. This is really the work you're doing as you are moving closer and closer into a place of your inner empowerment and wisdom. You're perhaps noticing the triggers in your own experience more and more. Old issues, old angers, old resentments, old bitternesses, old sadness may be coming up for you more and more easily. And for one who tends so carefully to their spiritual flame, their ancestral gifts and channels, this can be frustrating. This can seem counterintuitive when you've done so much work to find your peace, to find your center. In fact, it is an indication that you have allowed yourself to be reborn. You have allowed yourself, you are allowing yourself to flow into a new version of yourself. And we are human, so you fall back. But the fact that these feelings of anger or rage come up or triggered more often, more easily, make you snap, make you double take more quickly is an indication of your growth, because all of that is purging itself and dislodging itself more and more easily, and you can simply witness that behavior, those feelings within yourself, and go right to that source. Give yourself the private space you need, the silence you need to process feelings that you don't want to feel. And you can choose that. This is all to the integration of who you are now with what all the possibilities are that exist for you in the future. You're taking what is valued from the past and you're resorting that. You're allowing that to process and flow. I'm going to return to the Ajna card, and I'm going to read the upright position and hope that brings a little more clarity. The third eye chakra. You have been using your sixth sense recently, your intuitive powerhouse, the third eye, and it's guiding you in the right direction. Your third eye sees far beyond your two eyes and the limitations of your mind, which can only dream up what is known. Your intuition speaks to you in whispers and visions and feelings. Find the language of your third eye and continue to follow its hunches as you have been. The more you become aware of it, the easier this dialogue becomes. Your third eye is taking you on the very journey that your soul was put on this planet to fulfill. You came here to live, love, and learn. As long as you continue viewing the world from your third eye, you will surpass all limitations and find yourself limitless. Trust your intuition and keep moving forward. The path will continue to illuminate as you take the steps. If you've enjoyed this content, Scorpio, there's more content here. And until next time, namaste.